Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to learn how to take a number from standard form and convert it to scientific form. Here is all of the steps. First of all, you should know the definition of a number in scientific form is a times 10 to some power n, where a is a number 1 or greater but less than 10. So to convert any number from standard form to scientific form, you want to follow these steps. First, find a for the given number. 2, drop all the zeros except the ones that fall between non-zero digits in order to keep the correct value of the original number. 3, write the number as a product of a and a power of 10. And always try to remember this so you can always check your answer for correctness. For numbers larger than 1, the exponent will be positive. So you should know before converting your number from standard form to scientific form, if it's larger than 1, your exponent is going to be positive. But if the number you begin with is smaller than 1, then you should expect your exponent to be negative. And so double check and make sure that your exponents have the right signs. All right, let's get started. Here's our first number. We want to find a first, okay? So a is a number 1 or greater but less than 10. So if you don't see the decimal in a number, the decimal point, it's always behind the number. So you could go ahead and write it in. Now we need this decimal point to be right here in order to create a, so that a is a number 1 or greater but less than 10. So the only place this will work is if I put the decimal here. So if I put the decimal right here, then I have a number that is 1 or greater but less than 10. And you see these zeros here, I can drop them. I can't drop this one here because this one here is between non-zero digits. But these are not between non-zero digits, so I can drop all of them. And now I have to multiply this by a power of 10. Okay, now how do I know what the exponent should be? Well, we know originally the decimal point was here, but we just moved it and put it over here. So we put it here, but it's originally here. How many times do we have to move to the right to get it back there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's your exponent. Okay, so now we've taken this number in standard form, convert it to scientific form. Let's do the same thing with 2. Let's start by creating a. So we know if we don't see the decimal point, it's automatically behind the number. We're going to put it there. All right, so we need the decimal to be right here in order to meet this definition of a. A is a number 1 or greater, but less than 10. So it has to be right here. So we have to put it right there. So we're going to have 2.09 times 10 to some power. How do I know what the power will be? Well, I put the decimal here, but it's originally here. Let's see how many times we have to move to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is our exponent. All right, let's keep going. So let's see. I don't see the decimal, so it's automatically behind the number. But we need to create a, so the decimal point has to be placed right here. So we'll have 1.02305, and I don't have to keep these zeros. I can drop them. Can't drop this one here because it's between non-zero digits. Same here. Times 10 to the, all right, so what power? Well, the decimal point is originally here, but I put it here. How many times do I have to move it to the right to get it back to where it was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So my exponent will be 11. All right, so this number and this number are equivalent. They are just given in different forms. All right, let's go on and do the next one. So let's create A. That's going to give us 2.05 times 10 to the, well, the decimal is originally here, but we just put it here. We have to move 1, 2. So our exponent will be 2. All right, the decimal point is right here. We'll create A. A will be 3. We have to put the decimal here. Times, so I have to move it one place to the right. So it's going to be 10 to the first, because 10 to the first, okay, that's 1. We leave out that power. If you want to put it in the beginning to keep yourself organized, that's fine. But 10 to the 1 is the same thing as 10. All right, let's go to the next one. So the decimal point is here, but we need to put it here. So we're going to have 8.00623 times 10 to what power? Well, let's see. We moved the decimal here, but it's originally here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see I kept these zeros because they're located between non-zero digits. All right, let's keep going. All right, at this point, why don't you pause the video and work number 7 and number 8 on your own and come back and check and see how you did. Do not try to go on to 9 and 10. Just do 7 and 8 and come back and check. All right, so the decimal point is right here. I have to put it right here. So it's going to be 1.70506 times 10 to the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, moving on. The decimal point is here, but I have to move it and put it here. So it's going to be 2 times 10 to the, I can drop all those zeros. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, now let's look at 9 and 10 and the problems that follow. Notice how all these numbers are smaller than 1. And remember in the notes that I began with, I want you to try to remember this. For numbers larger than 1, the exponent will be positive. For numbers smaller than 1, the exponents will be negative. Okay, so now let's go back and look at those numbers. They're all smaller than 1. So then we should expect our exponent to be negative. All right, that should steer us in the right direction by knowing that. All right, so let's create A first. We need the decimal to be right here, 4.506. Well, the decimal is originally here, but I put it here. So we have to move how many places to the left? Let's put 10 here, times 10. We have to move to the left 1, 2 places to put it where it was, okay? And the exponent is going to be negative because this is the number smaller than 1. And the other way you can remember that is because you're going left. You're making it smaller. All right, let's try the next one. The decimal needs to be right here, 2.0519. We know this is a number smaller than 1, so our exponent is going to be negative. We put it here, but it's originally here, so we just have to move one place to the right. All right, let's try the next one. We need the decimal point to be right here. So I have 4.5 times 10 to the, since we put it here, but it's originally here, we have to move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're moving to the left. It's going to be negative. We also know it's going to be negative because this number is smaller than 1. Was it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. All right, why don't you pause the video right now and try 12, 13, and 14 and come back and check. All right, so we need the decimal to be over here. But the decimal is originally here. We have to move 1, 2, 3 places to the left. That will be negative 3. So we need the decimal to be right here to create A. So that's going to be 1.7 times 10 to the, we put the decimal here, but it's originally here. We have to move 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left, so it'll be -4. We need the decimal to be right here, 1.23 times 10 to the, since the decimal, we put the decimal point here, but it's originally here, we have to move back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. So it'll be -5. Write each number in standard form. Now we're actually going in the reverse. They gave us the number in scientific form, and we have to put it in standard form. This exponent tells us what direction to move our decimal and how much. In this case, we're going to move our decimal to the right 5 places. All right, so we start with A, 3.97. We're going to move our decimal point 5 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need to fill, so the decimal point goes over here, and each of these gaps is filled with a 0. So we have 3, 9, 7, 0, 0, 0, and you have to put your commas to make the number easy to read. So you go from right to left, you count off every 3 digits, and you put a comma. 1, 2, 3, comma, and that's it. All right, so this is 1.23. We need to move the decimal, we need to move the decimal 10 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And each of these will be filled with 0. All right, so then this is our number. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. All right, so now set off each 3 digits, going from right to left with a comma. There we go. All right, let's do the next one. So we're moving our decimal 6 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So decimal point goes here, 0 here, here, and here. All right, so let's copy the number. There's 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put commas where they belong. Set off each 3 digits, going from right to left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, why don't you pause the video and try number 18 on your own, come back and check. We need to move the decimal point 4 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need to put our commas in place. All right, so let's look at 19. 19 through 22, what are you noticing? If you said they have negative exponents, you are right. Okay, so the negative tells us to go to the left. So it's giving us the direction. Tells us how many places and what direction. So we are going 6 places, 6 places left. That's what this exponent tells us to do. We'll start with 4.07. We're going 6 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The decimal point goes here. We'll have 0 here, here, here. For each loop, we have a 0. So this number will be 0. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 0, 7. So that's the number in standard form. All right, let's try the next one. So we have 5.42. We're going 4 places left. That's what this exponent is telling us. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put a 0 here, 0 here, 0 here, 0 here for each loop. So 0.000542. You don't have to worry about commas with numbers smaller than 1. All right, why don't you pause the video and try 21 and 22, come back and check. So we start with 1.316. We're moving the decimal 5 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the decimal point goes here. We'll put a 0 here, here, and here, and here, and here. So the number is 0.1234 zeros, 1316. All right, here we start with 6.014, and we're moving 4 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our decimal point goes here. We'll put a 0 here, 0 here, here, and here. 0.123614 is our number. And this concludes this video on writing numbers in scientific form and vice versa.